Hey everybody, welcome back to Trinity Dairy. Don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out our merch store. We'll have a link in the description for that. Today is Friday, December 16th, 2022. It's kind of the last day of this big storm that's come through. I want to start out just by offering our thoughts and prayers to all those who were injured, or there were some people even killed in this storm. I know in some of the southern states, there's some bad tornadoes and things that came out of that. So I just want to offer that up first for them. And I want to say for us, we feel very blessed because we really came out of this really well. Not really much damage at all. It started out, the first night, it started about 6 p.m. with rain. It was like 36, 38 degrees. And it rained until about probably 2 in the morning. Then it turned to just heavy, wet snow. I think we got about 8 inches of that. Got everything plowed out and opened up. And then the next day it had kind of quit snowing all day, which was nice. We kind of got things opened up. And then again, it started out as rain again. And then it turned to just heavy, wet snow. And I suppose we got another, I don't know, 5, 6 inches of that. I suppose it's hard to tell. I don't know. Places it seems like we got a foot, maybe a little more. So that's about what they said we had. But like I said, we had so much rain, it was hard to tell. But the biggest issue we had yesterday, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. The power went off, came back on at about 6. And then we got just about done with morning milking. We were on the last 2 cows. Power went off and it was off for the day. There was some places around, actually the town here, Sturgeon Lake, they're on a different power company than us, but I think they're still out of power, and that's been a couple days now. So we were very lucky. It came back on yesterday to about 3:30, I think, so we were able to get milking and stuff. I got our old generator fired up. It was big enough if I needed to run our furnace and stuff, but wound up, didn't need it. It was actually pretty warm. Jen's folks had some kerosene heaters, so we had them going just to kind of keep the house warmer until the power came back on. But so we did okay. Biggest issue we had, and what was causing a lot of the power outages here, was with the rain. It made a crust of ice on the trees, and then that snow just hang, especially on the pine trees. You can see those trees there are just hanging down. A lot of those, I'll show you along the driveway, the tops got so heavy they just broke the tops off. This big white pine right across from our house here is really missing a lot. I still kind of watch where I'm going. I'm a little nervous yet because these trees are still really heavy, but you can see pile of all the branches underneath it. There's a couple of tops laying over here from some of these trees. Every once in a while you'll still hear off in the distance, you'll hear a tree top break off or some branches break, and that's what was going on with the power. They'd get it back on, and then I think more trees would break and take the lines down. But like I said, we come out of this, we were very fortunate. I can't complain at all. We got some of our house and the newer addition on the barn, we got them roofs pretty much cleaned off. Anything that really looked like it was loaded heavy, and that was the biggest issue. It was just a heavy wet snow. It just stuck with that ice underneath it, kind of stuck to everything. But I'll just take some video as I kind of walk around here, and you can see this. There's a box elder here that broke off. And we just put heifers. This is a pasture behind the farmhouse here, and we had just put heifers out here before this storm hit, because they got good shelter in there. There's no shed in there, but a lot of the pine groves in there. The spruce have been holding up real well. The way their branches are kind of made, they kind of just hang down. They don't really break off, but I mean, they can, but they've been holding up the best. But you can see there's some heifers at the bale feeder there, and they're all okay. They're all there. They're all doing good. And the warm weather caused a lot of trouble, but it's also been nice to not lose power, or to lose power and still have it be fairly warm. But so yeah, I'll go up the driveway a little bit more and kind of show you some of what's happened up in there. Some of this stuff I haven't even really seen myself yet. Every time I come around, it seems like there's more branches broke off. I see over in here I had my hay head for the chopper. It looks like a top might have broke off and fallen on that. Here's a top here, top there. Doesn't look like it hurt anything, but a lot of those big pines, they're heavy at the top anyway, and it's been breaking the tops off. A lot of trees along here, they're still leaning real heavy out towards the driveway because there's a grove of them, so they don't really even have any branches on the inside, so they get iced up with that and they just hang out over the driveway. I had my brother's 560 was parked down here along the driveway. I fired it up last night and moved it up and around the buildings because our top of one of these broke off and just missed it, but got lucky there. Some down here, I see one hit the hay shed roof a little bit. A lot of these tops are gone, but look at those trees hanging. It looks pretty, but boy, it sure made a mess. But like I said, this is no mess compared to what some people are dealing with. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining, but top on the hay pile, top here, and these look like pretty much all tops. But some of these are really leaning out. There's one there. He's probably gonna, I don't know if it broke off yet, but it looks like it will be. A lot of birch. Those are all birch. They might come back if they don't snap off. The bad part is though, it sounds like our warm weather is kind of done. So if it stays like this and it gets cold now, these are just gonna hang like this. They're not gonna melt off and straighten back up. So that's kind of the scary part, is how much more of this is gonna break off. I mean, look at that one there. It's just hanging way out. A lot of these are twisted up. There's a maple in there that broke off, a birch. Some of these last night we come through and they had fallen on this fence, so me and Jen came through and cut them off. But it's kind of a scary situation when you see these hanging like this. That's not much you can do about it though. You can't really clean them off. You got to just kind of be careful and watch what's going on around you. Here's a birch top that broke off. All right, come up this other driveway. There's a couple of jack pine here that broke off. It's like I said, it looks pretty, that's for sure, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Supposed to cool off. I imagine it's going to start getting windy. That'll either help, it'll shake some of the weight off these trees, or it'll break off more. I don't know what it'll do, but we'll try to be as prepared as we can. That's all you can do. Just very fortunate though, and thankful that we didn't have any buildings. Buildings have all been held up good, so, and haven't had any other than that little bit on the hay shed, which is nothing. Haven't had any trees or anything fall on any buildings, so at least yet anyway. So that's good. But look at the weight on that, like that tree there. All that weight is right up at the top. You know, nothing. This is all bare. There's got to be tons of weight up there. It's amazing that they can hold up like they do. It's funny, this side though of that pasture does not seem to be as bad. You can still see the snow even. It's just stuck where it was blowing against the trees. A little popple that blew off. That's nothing. And I kind of think today the plan, I got to run into town and get some fuel. And then I got the tractor and the skid steer plugged in, so we'll do some more kind of clearing out here and open up the yard a little bit more. Kind of just opened up what we needed to move around yesterday, and got some of the trees. Here's a whole top that broke off. That's a pretty, I don't know where it came from, which one of these, but, and that wasn't a rotten tree. That's a good size, you know. That's a big, boy, if that would have landed on something or somebody, that wouldn't have been good. There's a bunch more of them just hanging here waiting. Slippery. All right, well, I just thought I'd give you a little walk around and show you that, and just let you know we're all safe and we're doing good, and the cows are back to getting milked again. So a little bit of tree damage, but as far as the buildings and the cattle and everything are all doing good, so that's about all we can ask for. I might, once I get back, get everything fueled up, maybe come back and get a little more video of moving some snow and that. I did get we had cut a trailer load, a pretty big load of firewood, and got that brought up before this snow hit, so I got enough wood here to last me quite a while, so we can get everything opened up again. But anyway, I'm gonna go get some fuel, get my truck cleaned off, and we'll probably come back for a little snow moving. All right, I got back from town. I got my fuel, got the skid steer going. I got the yard down around the barn here pretty well cleaned out. I'm gonna head up the driveway now and open that up. The milk trucks should be coming today, so try to get some of them down branches and stuff off the road and open that a little wider for him. The sun is coming out and it's actually getting pretty warm, so I'm hoping if that sun will stay out for a while, it'll melt off some of these trees and take some of that stress off of them, because after today it's supposed to start cooling down, and I think in 3-4 days they're talking like a high in the single digits above zero. So once it gets to that, nothing's going to move off of them trees. So hopefully that warms it up enough to shake some of them loose. So anyway, I'm going to just put the camera on the skid steer and go do some clearing and see if I need a chainsaw for anything, but I should be able for now to push everything out of the way with that. So anyway, we'll find a spot on there for you and get some plowing done. There, we got the main driveway down there opened up for the milk truck to get through. I'm going to do a little more plowing. I'm going to try to bank some snow up around our house. If it's supposed to get cold, that helps a lot.
What are you doing?
Wow! Okay, just do what we gotta do. Say what we gotta do. Okay, we're gonna try to find the trail that's very far. First time I went that way. I want to try and get this thing to stay like this. Okay, here I go. No, oh, you missed. Ow. I'm gonna work on this one tomorrow.
Joshua, what are you doing?
Nothing. You gotta get her packed down. So hard.